News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen is near the scene of that crash that Dave has been telling us about, where that car slammed into the power pole in the Forest Hills area. Let's get an update now from Alexandra. We hear the driver's injuries much more severe now than initially it looked like earlier this morning when we first heard from you at 4 a.m., Alexandra.
That's right, Steve. The victim is now clinging to life at Vanderbilt Hospital. When paramedics were taking him away, he was alert. He was waving at our cameras as he passed by us. But again, his health has deteriorated at this point. And as you saw in Sky 5's video, that car completely torched. Take a look at this video from when I first got to the scene. The patient let out a blood-curdling scream as they lifted him into the ambulance. He was waving his arms, but his leg was severed. Police say he crashed his car into that power pole, snapping it in half. The car caught fire after the crash. Such a gruesome and terrible scene. Paramedics worked around live wires to get to that driver. Police aren't sure how this crash happened, but police who were first on scene heard several popping noises. They were so loud that a neighbor called 911 thinking someone was breaking into their home. First responders say the man was alert but could not tell them what happened. Again, back out here at the scene, Old Hickory Boulevard is still shut down. It'll be shut down for most of the day as the fatal crash team investigates. NES power crews who are on day shift also has to come out here to repair all of those wires and that pole. Reporting live, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
Alexandra, thank you. Breaking news now. Police are on the scene of a possible shooting in East Nashville. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy is at the scene for us. And Dan, I know you just got there. What have you found out that's going on?
Amy, just seconds ago, spoke to an officer here on the scene of Montgomery and Douglas Avenue. We have confirmed a man was shot in the head at this location. In fact, the call came down as a man down about 30 minutes or so ago. And so police responded, the ambulance came, and they transported this white man to the hospital where he is now listed in critical condition. Again, he was shot in the head. Investigators are at the hospital. They're just now arriving on scene. They're going to be out here inspecting this area and also speaking with the victim as long as he is able to talk with investigators. But right now, with a gunshot wound to the head at the hospital, that's where he is located at this time. Investigators, police out here in the scene. Again, we're in East Nashville at Montgomery and Douglas Avenue. This is right outside a new apartment complex that's being built, the flats at Highlands Heights. So a very popular area, busy road this morning in East Nashville, where a passerby originally called in this gunshot wound. Once we get more information on this person's condition and any suspect leads, we'll pass it along to you. Reporting live this morning in East Nashville, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Dan. And a woman is in the hospital this morning, and police are on the lookout for a gunman after a shooting now near downtown Nashville.
Yeah, and police are hoping you might have some information that could help them solve this. News Channel 5's Kimberly Davis is live for us at the North Police Precinct. And Kimberly, what are you learning? We understand the woman's not really cooperating very much.
That's right, Steve. In fact, the woman who was shot didn't even call 911. The woman's aunt called 911 after she noticed that her niece had a gunshot wound to her leg. Take a look at this video. This is what the scene looked like just after 12:30 this morning. Police are telling us that woman and a man were having a conversation on the 900 block of 16th Avenue North in Nashville, and somehow that man pulled out a gun and shot her one time in the leg. After that, he took off from the scene. Officers were there looking around that scene for shell casings, but they were not able to find any. They're hoping you have some information that might lead them to an arrest. If you do, they would like to hear from you. They're asking that you call Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME. As for that victim, she was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center with a non-life-threatening injury and is expected to be okay this morning. For now, we are live in North Nashville. I'm Kimberly Davis, News Channel 5.
Kimberly, thank you. Also breaking news right now, police are looking for a man who robbed a gas station at gunpoint this morning in North Nashville. Officers say it happened at the Twice Dailies on it's the Shell station there on Dickerson Pike. The suspect walked in, went to the bathroom, and then covered his face with paper towels. He walked to the clerk and held up a revolver and demanded the cash in the drawer. Officers say he left the scene in a white or silver Ford Focus. If you have any information, call Metro Police.
Happening right now, Clarksville police looking for a couple of suspicious men. They're accused of trying to lure children, they think. It happened last night when a couple of guys in a burgundy truck told these young girls to hop in. Those girls ran away. The driver sped off. Now, 2 other children have also stepped forward saying, hey, wait a minute. They were followed by a similar truck a few weeks ago. The kids say both men were Hispanic, middle-aged men. They had beards. They had dark hair. That burgundy truck may have been a Chevy Z71. Big pickup truck there. If you could help, call Clarksville police immediately. Amy?
Developing news this morning now. Things are expected to return to normal this morning after a bomb threat in a busy area in Gallatin. Gallatin police say someone left a package at the Chick-fil-A on Nashville Pike yesterday afternoon, prompting officials to close down the restaurant and a nearby Walmart for several hours. So far, no one's been arrested, but the investigation is ongoing. Officers wouldn't say what was in the package, just that no threat remains in the area.
New this morning, a former mid-state police officer arrested for child rape. Smoky Bar News reporting that former Greenbrier Assistant Police Chief Kevin Richards turned himself in to Robertson County authorities yesterday after warrants were issued for his arrest. He is facing aggravated sexual battery and rape of a child charges. He's out on bond this morning. Richards resigned from the police force last September.
2 girls are lucky to be alive right now after a dramatic water rescue in Clarksville. Officials tell us their floats hit a tree and flipped, causing the girls to get disoriented. Emergency crews were able to find them using the GPS on their smartphones. This rescue comes less than a day after the bodies of 2 teenagers who drowned were recovered on area rivers. And with all this rain, officials are reminding everyone to be careful on the water. Officials have found the body of a Fort Campbell soldier who was swept away in a creek. The soldier was found about 500 yards from where he went missing while crossing Little West Fork Creek on post. As soon as officials release his name, we will pass that along to you.